Imagine you're in an interview and the hiring manager leans in with a smile and asks, "Tell me about yourself." This is your moment to shine or stumble. But what if I told you that there's a way to answer this question that not only highlights your strengths and values, but also sets the perfect tone for the rest of the interview? As a former executive recruiter, I've seen it all, the good, the bad, and the downright awkward. In this video, I'm going to share a simple formula you can follow that will help you nail this question every single time. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time we post a new video about job search advice, or if you're just looking for encouragement, wisdom, and practical guidance in your career transition journey, let us be your guide. As a former recruiter turned executive career coach, I've heard this question asked hundreds of times during interviews. I've asked it myself many times and have seen responses that quickly advance candidates to the next stage, and others that unfortunately ended the interview early with no callback. What I'm about to share with you will help you answer this question in a way that increases your chances of moving forward in the interview process, just like the hundreds of candidates and job seekers we've helped as recruiters and career coaches. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Chuk Sagata, also known as Dr. A, with 20 years of experience in HR and recruitment for leading companies. My wife and I founded Career Calibration to help seasoned professionals land six-figure plus roles without the frustration of relying solely on job application. We've successfully guided hundreds of candidates and clients through the job search process. So if you're a seasoned professional looking for help with your job search or interviews, stay tuned until the end and I'll share how we can support you in inviting you to work with us. Plus, we'll provide information on how to access our free job search training, where I offer a comprehensive framework to help you secure your next position. So before we dive into crafting the perfect answer, let's break down why this question is asked in the first place. First, it's an easy icebreaker and a logical one. It's a way for two strangers to start getting to know each other. This question, or variations like it, is common and typically asked at the beginning of an interview. It wouldn't make sense to ask it in the middle of an interview, as the interviewer has already spent time getting to know you. That's why it's the perfect first question. Since it's often the first question, this is your golden opportunity to stand out from the competition and provide a clear picture of how your strengths align with what the employer needs most. So we'll dive into how to do that shortly. Additionally, recruiters and hiring managers use this question to assess your communication skills, your ability to summarize your career highlights, and most importantly, how well you understand what's relevant to the job you're applying for. So think of it as your elevator pitch. This is your chance to showcase your value in a concise and compelling way. So let's talk about how to craft your answer. So I want to share a formula that will help you stand out from the competition and increase your chances of advancing in the interview process. So I'll give you an example of this formula in action, but first, here's the formula. Key competencies plus value proposition plus achievement story plus role-specific relevance. So let's break it down. So key competencies. So start by highlighting the skills or key skills or abilities you possess that are critical for the job. Next, explain how these competencies enable you to contribute effectively to the role, team, or organization you're interviewing for. Next is the achievement story. So share a relevant story that illustrates a notable achievement where you leverage these competencies. And then next is a role-specific relevance. So finally, connect your competencies and achievements to the specific requirements or challenges of the role you're interviewing for. Now, let me give you an example. Imagine you're interviewing for a senior marketing director role at a global company. So through your research, you know that the position requires someone with expertise in cross-functional collaboration and the ability to exchange large strategic marketing initiatives. So here's how you could tailor your response to the question. Tell me about yourself. So using this formula, you would say it like this. In my 15 years of experience in marketing, I've honed key strengths in strategic planning, cross-functional collaboration, and leadership, In my most recent role as marketing director, I led a global team to successfully launch a product that exceeds sales targets by 30%, thanks to a well-coordinated strategy across product development, sales, and communications teams. My ability to bridge gaps between departments and drive alignment was crucial to this success. I'm excited about the opportunity to bring my expertise in leading cross-functional teams and executing strategic marketing initiatives to your company, especially in a global context where these skills are essential. All right, so keep in mind that this response should be only 30 to 60 seconds long, which I'll address shortly. In this example, key competencies are addressed here. Value proposition is mentioned here. Achievement story is shared here. Role-specific relevance is highlighted here. So this approach ensures your response is tailored to the specific role you're interviewing for. Like what you're hearing so far, hit the like button right now. So this really helps our turnaround as we provide valuable information to help experienced job seekers like yourself. Also, comment below. I want to hear from you on how you've answered this question in the past. Did it advance you to the next interview? Did it help you get the job? Or do you feel that it kept you from moving forward? Would love to hear your comments below. Okay, so now let's discuss what not to do. So earlier I mentioned that your response to this question should be about 30 to 60 seconds long. Now, a common mistake that I've seen candidates make is getting way too personal. Remember, this is not your life story. Don't ramble on or go off on tangents. Keep your answer concise and focused. Far too often, I've seen seasoned professionals, accomplished in their own right, go off on tangents about their personal life or unrelated achievements. This is not a good look. So doing this can make you come across as arrogant or someone who doesn't know when to stop talking, or just someone with no awareness, potentially prolonging the interview longer than the interviewer intends. I recall an interview where I was a part of a panel for an executive role at a well-known healthcare company. One candidate, a very seasoned sales executive, spent about 5 to 10 minutes answering this question, detailing their entire life story and professional background. I immediately noticed that this turned off the rest of the interviewers and set a negative tone for the remainder of the interview. At the end of the interview, during our debrief meeting, one of the hiring leaders remarked, "Well, isn't that person full of themselves?" And everyone laughed, and that was the end of the debrief, which lasted less than 5 minutes. And I was the one who had to send the rejection email. So keep it short and concise. Don't ramble. You can get personal later after you get the job, but for now, keep it professional. This is your chance to set the tone for the rest of the interview by highlighting the value that you bring to meeting their needs. Another mistake to avoid is simply reciting a history of your resume. Many candidates fall into the trap of pointing the interviewer to their resume and then summarizing each job they've held. This is a huge no-no. I mean, keep in mind that the interviewer has likely already read your resume. They're not looking for a recap of each job. They can easily read that themselves. Instead, use the formula that I outlined earlier to provide a clear picture of what you do best and how it aligns with the employer's needs. And lastly, avoid vague statements like, "I'm a hard worker." Show them, don't just tell them. You do this by sharing stories that are relevant to the job you're applying for. Now remember, one size doesn't fit all when it comes to answering this question. Make sure you tailor your response to each role you're applying for. Research the company, understand the job description, and align your answer with what they're looking for. This shows that you're not just interested in the job, but this job. And there you have it, folks. Remember, the tell me about yourself question is your moment to shine. Employers are not looking for a life story, so keep it professional. With the right preparation and a clear strategy, you can turn this question into your secret weapon for acing the interview. You could use this formula I just shared with you to do just that. All right, if you are a seasoned professional that is struggling to make that career transition and need help in doing so, I'd love to help. So click on the link below and fill out an application to work with us. If a fit, you will be prompted to schedule a call with us, and I look forward to meeting you. Also, need more ideas or guidance on landing your next role? Check out my free job search training where I provide a comprehensive framework to help you successfully secure your next position. You can reserve your spot in this valuable training by clicking on the registration link below. And finally, if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and comment below. See you next time. Over and out.